Next on WVUA 23 News, scattered storms for today and the weekend. More on the forecast coming up.
Thank you. We're turning our attention now to the weather. A sunny start to the weekend, but we are seeing some rain and even more rain to come. Molly, starting tonight for Chief Meteorologist Richard Scott with a first look at that forecast. Molly, good evening.
Good evening, and you're right. We did see that sunshine this morning and pretty much most of the day, but as this afternoon has rolled through, we saw a lot of scattered storms out there, and those scattered storms had us in a slight risk for most of our counties. Now, most of our threat was gusty winds for up to 60 miles per hour, and we're going to see this again tomorrow for our start of our Saturday. Hopefully, we'll see a bit of sunshine tomorrow, but again, no risk of tornadoes currently, and fingers crossed that sticks around, but high winds are expected again for tomorrow, but I'll have more on that in the rest of your weekend forecast in just a few minutes. Well, coming up, we've still got some more storms headed our way for your weekend. More on the forecast after the break. Well, happy Friday. Our camera here in Tuscaloosa is looking a little bit different than it did just even 30 minutes ago. We're seeing blue skies with lots of clouds, but the sun is out and shining. Temperature currently sitting at 81 degrees here. Looking over at our Demopolis camera, it's showing a little bit about what we saw earlier. We got big puffy cumulus clouds. We had some storms roll through this afternoon, and they were quite scattered. Not everyone saw rain. Some people saw tons of rain. Others saw no rain. As you can see by our Doppler radar, they're still out there and developing as they move through Birmingham area and central Alabama, or they're starting to dissipate out, and this is what we're going to see the next few days. Now, with these showers, we're going to see temperatures take a small dip, but not very much. We're going to see the mid-80s for the rest of the weekend. However, Saturday feeling a lot like today. Very hot, very humid and muggy type of weather. It's June, it's summer, it's about this time of year where we're going to see this. So with this rain, the SPC has issued severe convective outlooks for us. Today, our biggest time frame was 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. We're still seeing some of those storms out there, so this is still active for today. This event is not over. Now, for our western counties, you might still see a shower or two moving into the night, but it's looking like it might be over for us. But the biggest threat for today was those high winds and up to quarter-sized hail, but these wind gusts can be up to 60 miles per hour. We were in a slight and marginal risk for most all of our area. And again, tornadoes are not likely for this event and for the next few days. I do want to emphasize that as we move into the weekend, we are not expecting tornadic activity. You should be safe for that. However, you definitely want to make sure you have that umbrella on hand. Tomorrow, looking at Saturday, about that same time frame, those early afternoon hours to about 9 p.m., maybe even 10 p.m. with those storms moving through. Now, they have upgraded us to an enhanced risk for Saturday, level 3 out of 5, a little bit more severe, but once again, we're expecting those high winds, hail to be the most bigger threats. Now, frequent lightning could also be expected, heavy downpours. So you want to make sure you're watching those radars and watching ahead to what you could expect for that event. Now, Sunday, we're taking it back a lot. We're only seeing a marginal risk for our area. This is subject to change as the weekend goes on. It could increase. It could even back off, hopefully. Now, the biggest threat, again, is still just that wind. Again, no tornadoes are expected. But let's take a look at that extended forecast. Now, again, we're not only seeing this rain chance for this weekend, but throughout all of next work week. Monday, strong storms. Now, the SPC doesn't really have an outlook for us yet, but it is looking like it could fall under a slight category, so level 1 or 2 out of 5 for us. But I'll update you that as we move through and we get that outlook from them. Those temperatures looking really hot and muggy, but you know, as we move through the end of severe weather season and the hurricane season coming up, stay up to date with our WVUA 23 app and stay up to date with all of our weather coverage. You can search Richard Scott, WVUA 23 on social media. We got a rainy weekend ahead. Temperatures are going to be very hot and muggy for the next week or so. We've got rain, and SPC has listed outlooks for the weekend into Monday. We've got a lot of strong winds, heavy downpours, frequent lightning, and about quarter-sized hail. So make sure to stay weather aware and keep that umbrella on hand for the weekend.
All right, Molly, Gary, thank you. That's it for us. We're back here tonight at 10 o'clock. Have a great weekend.